Now, I will explain to you in detail at another time when we have time, but this is the religion of Ibrahim. As we see in the last verse of Surah 22. Millat abikum Ibrahim. This is the religion of your father Abraham. He is the one who named you Muslims before. Muhammad brought the Quran. And yours truly was blessed with bringing the proof. I was blessed with the proof of the Quran and the secrets of the Quran. When you add Ibrahim, Muhammad, and Rashad, the geometrical values of the three names, this is all detailed here. The total is 855, which is 19 times 45. And 45 happens to be my age, 1980, when I was told for the first time. And again, I promise you, I'll explain to you how. But 45 in 1980, which is also 1400, exactly 14 centuries after Muhammad, who was told in the Quran that he will have 7 pairs. 14 centuries, among other meanings of the 7 pairs. So it is a very tight evidence, and it suits the age of a computer age. Now the secrets of the Quran, I mention this because it explains to you the revolutionary ideas that I used to come up with once in a while, or the crazy ideas, if you want to call them that, like the end of the world. It is very clear in the Quran, but it was not shown before. It's a secret in the Quran. God knew when the end of the world will be, and He put it in His final message. And we are the generation that was destined to know, to get this secret out of the Quran. Unlike the idea that drove a lot of people crazy, that anybody who dies before the age of 40 goes to heaven. How can they go to heaven when they're 35 and they're awful bad? Put them in hell. You know? We are mean. The human beings are mean. There was so much opposition to that idea. It's not even funny. And it is not coincidental that Latifa hands Carolyn hands Otis a button, this button here. Today, was it? Did she give it to you today? Yesterday? Yesterday? And he comes to me 5 minutes before before the khutbah to give me this button, which says, everything up to the age of 40 is just rehearsal. Now, I thought she made the button, but she didn't. Where did you get it?
I don't know. I was in a shop, but I don't know what shop I was in.
Oh, but you picked it up in the shop, you were shopping and you saw that.
Yeah, and I saw it and I just said,
okay, so it's not coincidence, you know. God spreads His information in many different ways and means. Other secrets of the Quran that we've been enjoying in the last 10 years. Oh, the zakat. Now this is new. And I'm going to tell you about it now. And you will have to do it. As of now, immediately. The zakat. The zakat is being done wrong all over the Muslim world. Now here is the true zakat from the Quran. In Surah 6, verse 141? Yes, it is 6:141. You're going to remember this verse because it says when you harvest the crop, give the zakat on the day of harvest. You remember that? On the day of harvest. Okay, well, we are not farmers. We don't harvest wheat and barley or anything. But we harvest paychecks every 2 weeks or so. That's our harvest. The day you receive your harvest, the day you receive your paycheck, you take out 2.5% and you give it to people that you know who are in need. It makes so much sense. I mean, how come we didn't think of this, you know, all the time? It makes so much sense, and it is from the Quran, and it will correct the method of zakat that is dominant in the Muslim world. Because the people that we know who need help, they need it now. They are hungry now. They can't wait for a year, like they told us in the past. You get $10, you take out 25 cents, 2.5%. Is it 25 cents? Yeah. Now, if it is impractical to give 25 cents to somebody you know, you can keep it and accumulate it for a couple of weeks or a month until it is a reasonable amount. Then you give it that month. Don't go beyond a month. You give it to somebody you know personally, according to the system of the Quran. Your parents first, your relatives next, the orphans, and the people who need it, in that order. Any money, any net income that you get, you take 2.5%, and because God says, chances are this 2.5% that you have in your check are illegitimate, illicit. Get rid of it. It is called purifying your money. You spend most of your time sleeping on the job or something. Yet you get, yet you get the check, you know. So God says this is the way you purify your income. You take it out immediately. Also, who's going to keep track of one year? So God has His ways. This is one of the secrets of the Quran. We'll reap these benefits. Among the secrets of Quran that we've enjoyed in the last 10 years are the correct method of the Salat prayer. Okay, we're running out of time, so tubu ila Allah, repent. Alhamdulillah, wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. We devote our worship and our devotion to God alone, no human beings. There's a surah in Quran that says when God's victory comes and support, and you see the people entering God's religion, God's true religion, in throngs, in great numbers. And this is what is happening now. This surah is 19 words. It consists of 19 words, and the first verse is 19 letters. This is our surah. And so far, this bombshell, the reaction has been positive. People have been calling me from everywhere in the world saying, I'm calling to say, I believe. And when that difficult day came, and I was a coward, and I was saying, this thing here may cause my own children to disown me. They may say, you're a crazy man, get out of here. And as I will tell you in detail, I cried, I felt prostrate, I was fired. And I cried, I felt prostrate, and I begged. And when in my heart I became solid, and I said, I will do it at any cost. Even if I lose my own children, my own friends, I will do it. Then I was restored, as I will give the details I give you. But the reason I'm mentioning this surah, the victory, is that there is unanimous positive reaction to it from everybody. People here who read it. And I was very careful talking to Beth as we were at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I told her, guess what, Beth? I have to this and this and this. And I was very careful and diplomatic. And then she's casually drinking her tea, and she says, I knew that all along, Dad. I support her all the way.